Hello everybody, Shotgun into 1000 everybody for duty. Welcome back to an episode of Pokemon Legends Arceus. In the last episode, we got here to the Coronet Highlands, navigated through Wayward Cave, met a new Pokemon of Gibble, and did some other stuff like catch ourselves a wild Turtwig, show you the location of the wild Chimchars, so you can get them all over again, kind of thing, and that kind of stuff. Many more stuff. This episode, we're going to be trekking further along the Coronet Highlands. We hardly don't have a Bronzong hitting us with a flash cannon. To go along further down the Sonorous Path, we can see wild Ursaring here. Not the first time encountering them, I'll say. There's a significant ton of them. Can even find Luxio here as well, and there's also a Luxray there. Alright. Hitting me with ground moves. Right, this person here has a quest for us. And you want to take this one? Ah, you're part of the Galaxy team I've been waiting. Not wanting, sorry. I came here since I heard you were all planning to set up a camp. But it seems not much progress has been made since that Bronzor is getting in the way. It's not belligerent, but it seems like it wants something, so we can't just ignore it either. Please, do you think you could find out what it is that Bronzor wants? Well, immediately, I'm going to run past it. Because along over here, you can actually find yourself Wild Carnivine, which I do not care about, and also Golducks. But along here, there is another Bronzor. I saw Bronzor go flying off in the direction all of a sudden. What in the... That Bronzor is wounded. How can you tell that a Bronzor's wounded? It's made of metal. Yeah, that should do it. Bronzor should be fit as a fiddle. Seems the Bronzor at the new campsite was looking for his friend this whole time. I'm glad you looked into it, otherwise we may have been too late to treat this Bronzor. This land is dangerous even for the Pokemon that call it their home. It may be wise to be extra prepared as you explore this area. I'll be sure to keep a fine lineup of wares stocked for you, so please buy anything that you need. And it seems the base camp has been all set up while we were talking, in which case I should get settled in as well. So yeah. We have a new base camp. To save us having to keep trekking in between Wayward Cave and that, we can just go straight over here, which is the halfway mark as the trek climb up Coronet Highlands. Of course, we're going to be taking this chance to, well, heal. And I'm going to be doing a little something. I'm going to temporarily take out the leopard berry and put in the rare candy so I can use it on my Goomy, because Goomy is actually one level off from evolving, and you've already seen Goomy's evolution back in the Crimson Maya lands. We saw it in the Crimson Islands as an alpha, but now we have it as a regular. It's Hisuian form Sliggoo. Regular Sliggoo is known to be a pure dragon type in its debut in the Kalos region, but in the Hisui region, is a Steel Dragon type, which is a very strong typing because it's the best defensive type. Not exactly the best offensive type, but close enough. Because Dragon types are known to be really offensive when it comes to doing damage. But when it comes to type effectiveness, it's only super effective against Fairy, Rock, Ice, and Dragon. 4 types out of 18 it can beat. However, it only has 2 weaknesses, Fighting and Ground. Now, to get Sliggoo to evolve into his final evolved form, which is Goodra, you need to have it reach level 50 while it is reigning in the overworld. It does not count if you use it to level 50 when it is not reigning in battle. I'll just tell you that much. So it's like, you can say, I'm going to use Rain Dance and now I'm going to evolve Sliggoo into Goodra. It does not work that way. Yet for some stupid reason in the anime, when you see Ash Ketchum having a Sliggoo in his team, he tells Sliggoo to use Rain Dance, and then upon using Rain Dance, it somehow evolves into Goodra, when in the video game, it says, even if the Pokemon reaches level 50, you cannot evolve it if you use Rain Dance in the battle, because it has to specifically be raining in the overworld to count. Which I find stupid. Anyway, talk to Ingo again. You would never expect to be able to climb such a sheer cliff as this, yes? But with Sneasler as an ally, it becomes the work of a moment. She is so at home on the cliff face, one might think she knew some secret, some hidden move. What he's referencing there is a HM move in the Sinnoh region known as Rock Climb. What am I saying? Hidden moves? There are no such things in Hishui, surely. Yet, I feel as though I was on the cusp of remembering something just now. Just who was I before I came to Hishui? If you fell from the sky, you come from another world altogether, most likely. Perhaps a Pokemon battle with you would jog this memory loose. Would you honor me with a battle, Bella? Yeah. All aboard then! Macho, prepare for departure! Oh, crap. I actually put Lopunny in the lead. Immediately I need to switch out. Heracross. And let's open it with a bulk up. Oh, he's opening up with a bulk up too. Alright, well, let's go for a Rock Smash and hope that we can drop his defenses. Nice. Oh, he called back Machoke. And he sent out Gliscor. So he could do that. Right, okay. Well, let's switch out my Pokemon, because this is the reason why I wanted Lopunny in the battle. And let's go for an Ice Punch. Ooh, not enough for the kill, but did good damage. Come on, why is it that you keep getting critical hits on me? Come on! Right. Alright, Sliggoo. Go for Water Pulse. And now he sends Marcho back out. And I think we'll send out Celio this time. Nah, Ice Wind's not going to do anything. We'll go for Liquidation. And then one more, and that should be good. Good job, Celio. Wait. Oh, we have 3 Pokemon. I thought he only had 2. Because the screen cuts out on this TV. Because I can't fix the TV screen change. Oh, flaming heck. Alright, well let's send out this Decidueye. We've not used the Decidueye in battle since its evolution. I'm going to open up with a Revive. I'm not going to revive Sliggoo, but I am going to evolve Celio. And let's use your signature move, Triple Arrows. Defensive stat was lowered. And we also gain points, which means we get an increased critical hit ratio. And speaking of critical hit, let's go for Shadow Claw. Your talent has brought you to the destination called Victory! Now allow me to call Sneasler. There is Sneasler. Allow me to introduce you, Bella. This keen-clawed Pokemon is Sneasler. Would you be so kind to play your flute for her to hear? Sneasler is a Hisuian evolution of Sneasel. You can actually encounter regular Sneasel in the wild, but in this game, Sneasel has a Hisuian form. I will go into detail about it when we actually see it. I'm afraid this is my final stop. Please proceed up to the cliffs with Sneasler's aid and quell the Lord up in the mountains. I will return to Jubilife Village. Please convey my well wishes to Warden Melee. Now, Sneasler allows you to climb up the cliff walls. However, even though they say that they recommend you to climb up the cliffs to go up here, all you have to do is just follow this road down here, cross this bridge, turn up here, go down there, up there, cross there, and then all the way up here, and you still make it to your destination. Using Sneasler is just climb up here, and then run along there. It's just like a quicker route. But really, you do not need Sneasler to get to where you need to go. You really don't. Granted, yes, it does make sense to have Sneasler be obtained in an area where it's based around mountain climbing. But Sneasler, in all honesty, is the one Pokemon that I actually do not think about the most. I actually don't mean to talk to Levinson, to be honest. Just gonna rest. And now we'll move on. So, if you do use Sneasler and you climb up here, you're just going to be encountering the same Pokemon non-stop over and over again. So we're going to ignore that and we're going to go along this way instead. Upon going this way, you get to find yourself a wild Chimecho, but you can also find Rhyhorns and a guaranteed Alpha Steelix. You can also find yourself wild Hippopotas / Hippowdon down here as well, I'm pretty sure. Yep, there they are. But this is the path you need to take if you want to encounter Hisuian Sneasel. There it is, right over there. Hisuian Sneasel in this game has obviously a different typing. It's a fighting poison type, rather than its original look, which is dark ice. A significant change, if I do say so myself. Now, as you probably are not aware, to evolve Sneasel normally, you would have to use a Razor Claw as a held item for Sneasel and level it up in the night time to evolve it into Weavile. But this form of Sneasel is similar, but the evolution is slightly different. If you were to evolve it in Scarlet and Violet, you do give it the Razor Claw as a held item, but in this game, evolution items like the Razor Claw or something are counted as evolution stones. And in this case, Hisuian Sneasel evolves into Sneasler by using the Razor Claw on it during the daytime. Regular Sneasel is use the Razor Claw on it during the night time. Reason why I caught that Stunky so that way it didn't ambush me. Right, along this pond, you get to find yourself non-stop Magikarp encounters. But up that waterfall, there are guaranteed wild Gyarados. Because I believe it's based on a story in a Pokédex on a certain game where Magikarps were known to climb up waterfall in order to evolve into a Gyarados. Now, navigating along here into the fabled spring, you can also find the Hisuian Basculin here. But at night time, along where these Roselias are, you can find yourself a guaranteed Alpha Clefable. But also in the night time, on a rare occasion, you can find yourself a wild Cleffa here. Cleffa is honestly one of the hardest Pokemon ever to find in this game, let's be honest. You would literally be parading around in nighttime for hours trying to find that Pokemon. And what's worse is it's a Pokemon that can run away. So, yeah, kind of a tight loose. Now, also, this is also where you would need to go to do that Cherrim quest, because this tree is where you find them. You can find yourself a wild Cherrim that jumps out of the tree, specifically in this one, and not this one, but that one over there. There are Cherrim trees pretty much all over the place in the Coronet Highlands. This is ideally the place where you would need to go if you have any shot of completing Cherrim's Pokédex entry for that mission. Which honestly, I do not care to do. I really don't. Right, well, we got 2 of the 3 crunchy salts. We just need 1 more now. And there's actually 1 found right over there. Now, upon going along this path, you actually have to encounter a guaranteed alpha golem. No matter what, he will actually see you, but don't worry about that. Just ignore the Pokemon. Wow, more glittering ore deposits. Right, I'm going to run up here to show you that location over there, mainly that water bit down there, that's where you find the guaranteed Gyarados. You can find Rhydon and also a guaranteed Alpha Rhyperior here. But look at this. Down there is a Voltorb. Specifically, Hisuian Voltorb. Now, when you was told by Ingo, he said that for Electrode, you need ground-type Pokemon to fight back against his electric attacks. But here's the problem. Voltorb and Electrode in this game are electric grass type. Ground is weak to grass. So even if you did have a ground type Pokemon, you would not have a type advantage over it. And wow, that Voltorb was over 56. Good grief. Oh god. I think I might have been talking a little bit too long because I'm getting a sore throat. Just drop down here. Now, navigating this area, if you was here in the night time, this is where you would find Misdreavus. But you can also find another Pokemon along here, which I'm actually surprised is not here, to be honest. I have no idea where he is. Unless that one is a... Oh, jeez. Unless that one is a nighttime spawn as well. Just gonna run past them. But yeah. Oh, there he is. Down there, I think during the daytime, you can actually encounter yourself a wild Rotom. When Rotoms refuse to get caught. Rotom, you was actually able to find in a game of Brilliant Diamond / Shining Pearl, otherwise known as Original Diamond and Pearl, but it was a post-game encounter in Diamond and Pearl. But in Pokemon Platinum, you can encounter it in the main story at level 20, over Diamond and Pearl, where it can be found in the post-game at level 70. In this game, you can get one at level 42 approximately, but that's the moral of the story. Got another glittering ore deposit here. Now, I'm going to put Umbreon in my leading slot here because we're going to have another battle against Melee here. Because this is where Electrode's seat is sat. Welcome to Moonview Arena, the seat of Lord Electrode. I know I've not exactly been supportive of your reaching this place, but a part of me did hope you'd make it. Call me contradictory all you like, Galaxy Grunt, but such is life, embracing the complexity of both ourselves and the world that can only help us grow. As a member of the Diamond Clan, my highest calling is to please Almighty Sinnoh, and right now that means I must protect my lord by stopping you where you stand. If you still wish to defeat me and gain entry to Electro's seat, you and your little Pokémon are welcome to give your best shot. Let's go, Skuntank. Give him another whiff of your silent deadliness. Okay, I do not know why Skuntank sounded like an alpha then. But whatever. Now in this fight, we had to deal with Skuntank one-on-one. But this time, you're dealing with a case of 3-on-1. Skuntank has allies of Zubat and Skorupi. We're going to open up with a Snarl. It's not going to be very effective on Skuntank because he's a Poison Dark type. But to weaken his offense is a great advantage for us. Skorupi is looking around. Zubat using Agile Style on Gust. Okay. And now Skorupi, okay. Ah, great, drowsiness. Gonna switch out to Celio, hopefully. So I don't have to deal with anything bad. And of course you get to attack. And you get a critical hit too. What the hell? Right, let's go for a Bulldoze then. The only type that can beat Skuntank. Right, let's bring out Sliggoo. And again, use a Revive on Celio. I'm getting really sick and tired of using Revives here. But Legends Arceus is not an easy game, let's be honest. Of course. You do know that Hypnosis is still 60% accurate in this game, right? Of course, really? Why? Literally. Why? I have dealt with Adamant's Leafeon getting 2 critical hits in a row on me. Then I deal with Ingo getting a critical hit on me. And now you get a critical hit with Night Slash. Eat a Pin Missile and get lost. Oh wow, turn 1, you get the burn. At least you're dead. Alright, Lopunny, you're now up. Thank heavens I'm not dealing with poison because that move would actually have done double damage if it did. Right, there goes Super, so we don't have to deal with the Hypnosis garbage. And then let's go for another Ice Punch on Skorupi because it's the only move that's going to do any damage. Okay, new move on Decidueye. Let's make one thing clear. I didn't lose. You may have won, but there's a difference. Yeah, there's a difference. You say you didn't lose, but I won. Which means You lost! I just lacked, time. Yes, I'm afraid there simply wasn't enough time for me to raise my Pokemon nice and strong. Ah! Could this be why Adamant is always going on and on about time being a precious thing? My word, the Diamond Clan and Almighty Sinnoh truly are never-ending founts of wisdom. Yes, I know what comes next. You want to know what pleases Lord Electro so you can make some bombs for it. Well, I'm afraid I won't be able to help you. Because I have completely forgotten what Electrode likes. We do not believe you. What's the matter? Upset? Too bad anger doesn't make bombs. Melly's really giving you the runaround, isn't he, Bella? I guess it's my fault for not telling you in advance what Electrode likes, so here's the... Adamant! What now? I could hear you just now, you know. Are you really going to tell this little noodle what she needs to find? Just like that? Least we all forget. You're the leader of the Diamond Clan. Why do you bother with these galaxy louts? Use your eyes, Mary. Haven't you even looked at your frenzied lord? Don't you feel even a twinge at how it suffers? Fighting to control the energy that's bursting out of it. I see nothing but a Pokemon overcome with joy at being among Almighty Sinnoh's chosen ones. Anyway, it's not like trials and suffering are always cause of doom and gloom. These things exist to help us grow. I'm sorry, Melly. I can't write off these frenzies as some trial from Almighty Sinnoh. That's why I'm doing the best I can to help out Bella here. This is bigger than what team or clan we belong to. Oh, and by the way, I wasn't just going to tell her what she needs, to say that she needs crunchy salt. I was going to go right ahead and give it to her. Now it's time to make some bombs, so lend a hand, both of you. Fine. At the end of the day, let none say that the great Melly shrieked his duties as warden. I'll help make your precious bombs. There, I made you practically infinite supply of bombs, so chuck all you like at Electrode, but don't underestimate my lord's strength. I very much doubt the likes of you can quell it. Well, we do not have any time to actually battle it this episode, so we're going to end things off here. Next time on Legends Arceus, we are going to be battling the Lord of the Hollow, the Hisuian Frenzied Electrode. See you guys then.